Man, Marvel must have knew that when the Immortal Hulk went up against the Avengers, he was gonna whoop their asses so bad, they had to give this man his first actual weakness in like 20 years. Because if you know anything about the Immortal Hulk, the night is his time. See, when we last left off, Captain Marvel rolled up with the whole squad: Black Panther, Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, Iron Man and the Hulkbuster, Thor, Jen Walters, and Captain America. They were like, yeah, bruh, we gonna need you to come on in here. You done did some stuff, and it's about that time. And Bruce Banner transforms into the Immortal Hulk, telling him, okay, well, I guess I have to show you what time it is. And guys, I kid you not, as soon as the story opens up, we see Robbie Reyes in his Hell Charger getting tossed into some folks' house. This boy is in that front seat sleeping. Look at him. Sleeping like a baby. And I'm gonna tell you, that's the last time you see his ass throughout the whole fight. But he not the only one to get immediately rocked, because the next person to get his shit pushed in, the mighty Thor. That man takes a punch to the face so hard that it not only knocks his teeth out and blurs his vision, but it also cracks his freaking skull. That man fell back talking about some, oh, by Odin's bristling beard. The Hulk just looking at him like, yeah, daddy can't say you now, boy. But right before the Hulk can come in and hit that man with that cross and send his ass down to hella, Captain America come in, blocking the punch with his shield. And even though I know that, like, this is adamantium vibranium mix and it can absorb like all types of force, I'm surprised this punch didn't break Captain America's legs. But guys, remember earlier in the last video when I said that Bruce Banner had also absorbed the spirit of his dead father? Well, that's very evident here as we see not the Hulk's reflection, but his father's reflection in Cap's shield. So just know that Bruce's dad is influencing him slightly throughout this entire conflict. But that's when Black Panther jumps on the Hulk's back and is just like, look guys, I got this. That man digs them Arctic vibranium claws into the Hulk's scalp and starts shocking the shit out of this dude. My man getting shocked so hard you can see the power coming out of his mouth. And Iron Man drops down in that Hulkbuster like, yeah, I got you, Black Panther, let's jump this fool. And starts blasting the hell out this man with those repulsor rays. But he also tells Black Panther, look, if we can't take this fool down, I got something about 10,000 feet in the air that can. But Panther tells him, yeah, but like, let's try to not resort to that. But it's also here where we learn that the Hulk is way more powerful than he used to be. Thor says vastly so. He tells Cap that he sees the naked souls of men and smells lies. And Cap's just like, Thor, I think you got hit a little bit harder than you think, cause like, people can't see souls and smell lies. And Thor tells him, I mean, maybe not where you come from, but where I come from, we live by things like symbol and shit like that. Whole different set of rules for gods. Pretty much what I'm trying to tell you, this Hulk ain't like the normal Hulk. Y'all probably made something real close to a god or even a devil. And the Hulk over here in Thor says, Devil Hulk? Oh, yeah, that works for me. As he then proceeds to penetrate Iron Man. And that man was in there like, oh, you didn't even take me out to dinner first. But that's when the Hulk starts stepping on this man's chest. He grabs the Hulkbuster by his arm and rips them things clean up off that boy. But Black Panther runs up like, Hulk, bro, you gotta chill out. Iron Man gonna die if we don't get him up out of here. And Hulk's like, ha, die? That fool sent me off into space one time. You think I give a damn about him? And also, get up out my face, sucker! As he slaps Black Panther in the chin with these Hulkbuster arms, which completely overloads his suit, which several other people said they didn't even think that was possible. But while the Hulk is distracted putting in work on Black Panther, Iron Man ejects, headed for this Helios laser. And he tells Captain Marvel and the rest of the Avengers to try to evacuate the town, because when this thing fires off, it's gonna be a problem. But Thor, this man had to get his ass carried off the battlefield by Captain America. I just wanted to point that one out. And really, just to reiterate, this is the first time in comics history I've ever seen Thor just get one shot with one punch so hard that it fractured his skull. But while the rest of the Avengers are dipping out, the Hulk sees a giant shadow coming for him. His cousin Jennifer Walters, aka the She-Hulk. And as some of y'all can tell in this story, Short T is freaking jacked. And she hit that man with a massive left hook, sent blood flying out this dude's face and everything. And then follows it up with a right that smashes this dude's face all into the concrete. And when she tries to follow it up with the left, oh man, Hulk just catches it in the palm of his hands like, oh, you mad? And as he catches the right, he's like, oh, yeah, and let me guess. The madder you get, the stronger you get, right? It's funny how that works. And Jen's just telling him, shut up, son. I came here to smash. And Hulk's telling her, see, I was everything that Banner wanted to hide from the world. But you? Oh, yeah, you were everything that Jen Walters wanted to show the world that she was. Only now the line between us is getting harder to see, ain't it? What do you think about that, Hulk? And when he says this, boy, this man flashes her the most devious smile. And again, Jen Walters has always taken pride in the fact that she can control herself. But in this story, she is losing complete control. And she looks at him like, no, I'm not like you. And my boy's just like, gotcha, and launches her ass. I'm talking about 2 miles away, Shorty got launched. Look at her face. She looks thoroughly distraught. But by this time, Tony Stark has also gotten to his Helios laser. And man, he starts powering that thing up. And this is the point where I said at the beginning of the video that Marvel must have knew this ass whooping was going to be so thorough that they had to give this man Hulk a weakness solely so they could survive this fight. Because Tony Stark fires off this Helios laser, which is a laser comprised of hard sunlight. Sunlight being the immortal Hulk's weakness. We saw this in Avengers No Surrender when Hulk faced off against the goddess of dark Nyx. And she shone the sun on him, which caused him to turn back into Banner. If you want to check that out, just go check out my Hulk catch-up videos. It's in there. And when I tell you, boy, that laser turned that man into freaking beef jerky, my boy was down here looking sizzled up. But the most impressive thing is, they actually had to keep solar radiation powered lamps on them solely to keep him from turning back into the Hulk. T'Challa was just like, yeah, it's a good thing we got them because it's 100% chance that he was just going to turn right back into the Immortal Hulk. But after frying this man up, somebody had to come clean up the mess, which leads us here to this clown in an underground facility talking some trash. While this man is sitting here doing a very unimpressive monologue, we start to notice that, well, he's upside down and visions of bubbles are starting to get in the way of the Hulk's vision. Why, might you ask? Well, it's because these folks done cut up Bruce Banner's body and put it into jars. But it also just so happens to be nighttime, and as we all know, the night is Hulk's time. But please don't think that this is gonna be anything for this man, because boy, oh boy, when he gets out of those jars, it is a nasty scene. But that's also a scene for another time. As for now, I'm Marshall T, and I will catch y'all later.